As many are waking up today and beginning the cleanup efforts, we are joined this morning by Eyewitness News analyst Lieutenant General Reginald Centracchio with more on Sandy's impact. Good morning to you, General.
Morning. Morning.
This storm has caused quite an uproar here. What is the National Guard doing to help these cleanup efforts?
Well, right now they're assisting local communities on debris removal, to some extent some traffic control, especially along the southern part of the state where you have some limited access, not only to our highways, but those roads that have been closed. And specifically along the Narragansett area where there's been significant damage.
Now, what can you tell those people that are trying to, clean up and get things a little back to normal? Do you have any advice for them now? I mean, we're still kind of seeing some signs of this storm.
You still have to be extremely careful. There's a lot of perhaps limbs that are down, perhaps some power lines, but stay away from power lines. Make sure that you notify local authorities or National Grid that you have a down pilot. But the last thing in the world you want to do is to try to move them. But if you can see something of common sense, move your own limbs away from your own property, that's what they need to be doing. But be extremely careful because there's still a lot of possibility out there that perhaps is unknown at this time.
And we touched upon what the National Guard is doing. I mean, what is happening right here in our state for, the local communities?
Well, as far as the Guard is concerned, once again, they're just assisting with some debris removal, some traffic control. But I think behind the scenes, too, as it relates to the marriage between the Guard and EMA, much of the preparation for the access to funds under the Declaration of Emergency that Governor Chafee asked for was accommodated. And now comes the challenge to be able to put that together in the form of a request, identify the needs, both from a financial point of view and to get additional resources. But I think you see a somewhat of a behind-the-scenes effort to redirect a lot of the resources that are available in Rhode Island, specifically at CCRI, and redirect those to other parts of the region. Initially, the plan called for a possibility of Rhode Island taking a bigger hit than it did in the northern part of the state, and we were spared that. But now those resources have to go elsewhere. And there'll still be a few days, perhaps, when we look at some of the areas in Rhode Island not being able to get power back immediately because of the networking problem and some of the debris clearance that needs to take place.
You're mentioning a couple days wait for a lot of people. Patience is a virtue. We can't say that enough during this time. I mean, a lot of these families are being hit hard. They are going to have to wait a while, right?
Yeah, they are, unfortunately. But if you look at Irene, this is really, I think, a tremendous improvement.
Yeah.
Based upon
lessons. It's funny that you can say that.
Yeah,
exactly. That this storm was an improvement.
Based upon lessons learned from the previous one, there were many, many resources that were pre-positioned, and many trees were cut back in preparation that we didn't want to see the same thing that happened during Irene. So overall, I think the preparation phase went exceedingly well. Now we're in the actual execution phase of that plan, and comes the boring part of applying for those funds to restore and making the communities whole the best we can.
Part of that preparation was, of course, closing off that hurricane barrier. This was really, its first true test in a long time.
That's right. That was the first time that I know of it. It's been tested through the years,
right.
But this was the first time that it was actually used to prevent the surge from going into the city. And because of that, you got a significant surge. That water must be dispersed someplace, and when it goes to different places throughout, south or east of the actual barrier, some of those roadways had to be closed because of obvious problems on trafficability. So we saw for the first time that I can remember many of the roads around the barrier and through the Allens Avenue area where actual roads were closed because we knew that the surge would eventually spill into that area, and that's exactly what happened.
So they handled it well.
They did well. And I think the other thing that we really need to be aware of is that the hurricane barrier is intended to do two things. One is to keep the surge from coming into the city. And the second, and perhaps more important, had we had a large rainfall, was to take the river flow from all the rivers converging into Providence and really taking that by three huge pump pumps at several million gallons a minute and putting it back into the ocean. We didn't suffer that, and we didn't see that. But that would be a larger test that I hope we never see.
I hope so as well. All right, General, thank you so much for coming in and joining us this morning. And of course, for the latest on cleanup efforts in your specific city or town, you can head to WPRI.com for more information.